My definition of secularism is equal opportunity for every Indian, irrespective of their region or religion.
But do you believe that every Indian has a right to profess, practice their religion? Irrespective of interference, interjection or domination by the other? Do I have a right to practice my God, irrespective of employment, development and other paradigms?
I'm absolutely supportive of the idea that according to the Constitution, the rights we enjoy as citizens, irrespective of our religion and the region we hail from, the rights that we enjoy in terms of the fruits of success of the economy is something which should be equally distributed amongst us all. But what is interesting is that you completely bypass.
May I interject and ask you another question?
At this stage, I want to say one thing to Mr. Surjewala. You're a lawyer, aren't you? Yeah, and like a lawyer, you're driving. Like a lawyer, you're going with an interesting line of argument. My request to Mr. Surjewala of the Congress Party, who is following a line of argument, is, sir, if you have proof that the BJP, if your line of argument, the BJP has carried out in an institutional manner any deliberate discrimination on the basis of religion, I would request you to please put it before Ms. Smriti Irani immediately so that she can respond.
Thank you. Do you agree that when numbers of Muslim minority community people living in Juhapura in Ahmedabad, state that you represent now, post riots swell up from 1 lakh to 4.5 lakhs. When people of minority community are discriminated against in a systematic manner where intermixing of communities and religion is considered a taboo in a state like Gujarat, where Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh and Bharatiya Janata Party both get together and distribute fake CDs of an incident in Muzaffarnagar leading to riots against minority community. Do you think that is secular bogey or secular
okay, that's
or is that does that militate against the very
I think your point is made, Ms. Irani.
No,
one sec. You're being contested. No. Is it? Are you contesting him on fact? Are you contesting him on fact?
Yeah,
is it a fact check?
Yes,
okay, it's a fact check. Go
ahead. He has invoked the name of RSS and said RSS cadres have distributed CDs. We have never done that. Probably the Congress cadres, the guys of RSS using RSS pretext because you are experts in communal politics. You are experts in communal politics. I am telling you the fact.
Is he not your MLA? Who is Rajendra Agarwal, member of parliament?
No, I am talking about the RSS, about MLAs and MPs.
Who comes from an RSS background and is a BJP MLA today.
She will respond to your BJP question.
Rajendra Agarwal, your MP from Meerut, admitted that he uploaded that
now I think
no RSS cadre. I think ever believes. believes in such
the allegation of following divisive and hate politics is made against the BJP. You made your intervention out there. He's made a counter interjection. Mr. Madhav, just hold yourself back for a minute because we have the open debate, right? I think Smriti Irani should defend us.
To me, let me answer this. 70% populated Muslim-dominated constituencies in Gujarat have voted for the Bharatiya Janata Party because we have delivered on the promise of good governance and development.
Well, that's why you did not even bother to field even a single person of the minority community.
Let me finish my answer. I know that you're itching to push this agenda forward. What is interesting is the definition of Congress's idea of secularism is this, that when Ashok Gehlot was the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, the police in Rajasthan, under the leadership of the Congress government, went into a masjid and fired at Muslims there, thereby killing 8 people. Today, the Congress enjoys the support of the Samajwadi Party at the center, and the same Samajwadi Party has been indicted by the central government for having over 100 riots in UP. I ask you, Mr. Surjewala, that you, the messiah of secularism, why don't you reject the hate politics of Samajwadi Party?
You put a counter question. I allow the counter question.
Just a little clarification, since he called out names and made improper, illegal allegations. Investigations which have been taken in by the Samajwadi Party government in Uttar Pradesh have found absolutely no evidence to this allegation which Randeep ji seeks to display on your debate platform.
Well, I think both of you are factually incorrect, but I'll reserve my comments for later.
I think Smriti ji is completely incorrect. Let me give you 3 facts. Number 1, Muzaffarnagar riots started because Mr. Sangeet Som, the Bharatiya Janata Party MLA who comes from RSS cadre, uploaded a fake viral CD which was from Afghanistan, showing it to be
factually she can.
Interjecting in this, Mr. Goswami, because investigations have found this to be absolutely false.
Have found that it is correct.
It is not.
None less than Rajendra Agarwal.
He has not done
I know it is 2:1.
Investigations have found that your response is absolutely incorrect.
If you check
hence for you
times
to
now,
push this on this
the
debate
Meerut
platform,
MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party has conceded. Mr. Sangeet Som, the BJP MLA, has conceded.
No, he has
that
not.
Yes,
In fact,
he
he
did
someone
upload
times
that
now
fake
and
viral
said
CD
very categorically
onto his Facebook
What
account.
is interesting
He
is
said,
you
I did it
refuse to
innocently.
answer my question with
That
regards to
innocent
Rajasthan,
CD,
and you
which was
continue to
then
enjoy the
replicated
support of the
by
Samajwadi Party.
the RSS
I
was distributed, which led to the riots, which has led to devastation and uprooting of the largest
I think
minority community people.
1 minute, please. We are still on opening.
Please have the patience. It is also true.
Mr. Ram Madhav, no, 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Uttar Pradesh,
Mr. Surjewala, now, when I request you, please, I just request you to hold yourself back. Introductory comments right now. 2 minutes start for Mr. Ram Madhav, who's been itching to get his word in anyway for some time. Mr. Ram Madhav, on the subject and fully aware of the fact that the RSS has been accused by your political detractors of being a communal organization, where the Home Secretary releases a list of 10 people and the Home Ministry says that these people have been associated with the RSS. The reason why you are therefore necessarily drawn to the debate, apart from your filial links with the Bharatiya Janata Party, make you very relevant for what is going to happen in the election of 2014. Hence, on the subject, communalism before the election, Mr. Madhav, not just secularism after the election, is the reality of Indian politics. Your 2 minutes starts now.
No, you see, your subject for this debate, first of all, I appreciate your initiative in starting this nationwide, this activity just before the elections. It's very good, it's educative, and people will be benefited by these debates. But to start it with such a cynical topic is something very, it speaks volumes about the quality of our politics today. And I have one amendment to make to your topic. There are parties in this country. You don't have to make it. You don't have to make it.
But Mr. Madhav, I will not allow you to make it.
You should allow me to make my comments. You don't amend it on your screen.
But Mr. Madhav, I would want you to address the subject which I
am talking about the same subject. I am adding one line to your subject. You said there is communalism before the election, secularism after the elections. True with some parties like Congress, but there is communalism before the elections and communalism after the elections with many parties like Majlis Party. So you have a topic which covers the whole spectrum. That's what I am trying to say. As far as the question of secularism is concerned, everybody should practice it before the elections, after the elections, and if there is no election at all in this country. Secularism is not something that you practice just before the election or after the election. It's a principle which is enshrined in our constitution. But having said it, we have never defined the word secularism in our constitution. That's the reason why Mr. Owaisi uses it to his advantage, to support his arguments, and Mr. Surjewala uses it to support his own arguments. And both practice most communal politics in this country. And I tell you what I mean by that. This secularism that should be practiced by the state. Secularism is a principle that the state should follow. State should maintain equidistance from all religions, and it should give respect to all religions. It's not something that individuals will follow. Mr. Owaisi will wear that dress. He will be a religious person. He cannot be a secular person in terms of irreligiousness. He will be religious, yet his outlook will be secular in the sense that he will be looking at all people.
The first person to have breached the buzzer.
My only point is, you promulgate laws in the name of religion and you claim to be secular. You have a party in the name of religion, claim to be secular. That is, totally travesty of this whole concept of secularism, I believe.
Okay, Mr. Owaisi. Mr. Owaisi, are you coming in with a rebut or a counter question?
I have a counter question to Mr. Ram Madhav. During my initial remarks, I had said, I have quoted from your pamphlet. Do you believe that Muslims are Hindus? Or do you, let me complete. Second point, what is your opinion on Dalit Muslim, Dalit Christian? Because you say it should be secular. please make me understand, Mr. Ram Madhav. How is it that only a Hindu can be a Dalit, a Sikh can be Dalit, and a Buddhist? Why not a Muslim and Christian? When I have quoted Article 14, right to equality, freedom of religion, these are fundamental rights. Aren't these contravening the fundamental rights? Why is RSS opposing Dalit status to Christians when we are all part of the same nation? Why is it that it should be an exclusive domain for only Hindus and Sikhs and Buddhists? Now, that is why I say that because of your ideology, Mr. Ram Madhav, our secularism, it is definitely there's no problem. The state does not intervene in your religious festival or my religious festival. The state celebrates the diversity, the distinctness of the nation. That is what it is.
Let me take your two questions. Number one, the thing that you quoted from our one of our publications, we believe in the fact that irrespective of one's way of worship, mode of worship we call it, one's mode of worship, one is seen as the national of this country by us. We use the word Hindu to denote a cultural entity of that person, not a religious or a political entity. Now, if somebody like you have an objection, we also said, you call yourself a Bharatiya. And Mr. Modi went one step further. He said, you call yourself an Indian, which you brand as a majoritarianism. But he said the same thing. I will remind you of name of one person by name Muhammad Karim Bhai Chagla. He was the education minister of our country when Pandit Nehru was the prime minister. Read his biography, Roses in December, in which he says, I am a Hindu by culture, a Muslim by religion, and a British by an English by education. He had no problem with that proposition. But somebody has a problem with the word Hindu. Use Hindustani. Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara was used by Muhammad Iqbal, who went further and said.
You are twisting facts.
No, I'm not twisting. I'm saying the fact.
I know you're an expert on Iqbal.
No, I'm sorry. You are
I know an expert on Iqbal.
I'm sorry. I'm answering your question.
Iqbal, when he used Hindu, does not mean the Hindu which you, Hindu Rashtra, which you talk about. No,
what
talk about nation. Please,
no, you don't agree with what we say as Hindus. We say we treat you also as Hindustani.
I will never agree with you. I will never agree with you. I will continue to disagree with you. We will continue to oppose with you till I live.
I know that.
You don't worry about that. We have to oppose you. To save this nation, Mr. Ram Madhav, we have to oppose you.
This nation has to be saved from your politics, which we will do. But don't worry about that.
One second. Smriti Irani wants to come in on a fact check. I presume you disagree with Mr. Ram Madhav on his use. Do you disagree? No. That's all right. You're providing, therefore, covering fire to Mr. Ram Madhav. But I think the country would want to know, Ms. Smriti Irani, and this audience would want to know whether you disagree with the broad definition of Mr. Ram Madhav, but every person of the minorities is culturally a Hindu, which is basically his argument. Do you have the political... One second.
MC Chagla, not Ram Madhav.
You said it, not me. I'm asking. No, but you agree with Mr. Chagla? You agree with Mr. Chagla? Does Ms. Smriti Irani disagree with you? A party which talks about India first. Does that party disagree with the proposition of the RSS on this? Would you please state your point of view clearly?
What the representative of the RSS has said on your debate, which I've heard myself, is that secularism means that state has to be equidistant from all religions.
He's talked about the broad use of the word Hindu in a cultural context to accommodate and include members of the minority community. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with him on that? Do you agree with him on that?
I'll answer all three gentlemen
No, I just want one point.
I'll answer all three gentlemen together.
No, because you came in on a fact check.
I'll answer all three gentlemen together. Thank you so much. I think Mr. Ram Madhav...
I don't think that can be allowed. No, 1 minute.
Factual problem.
Mr. Ram Madhav, what has happened?
No, you can't twist the facts.
No, Mr. Ram Madhav, what has happened? What is happening here right now is that you are...
You can't twist the facts.
No, Mr. Ram Madhav.
I said, you can be a Hindu, you can be a Bharatiya, you can be an Indian.
Mr. Ram Madhav.
All the three are same, synonymous.
But I think Mr. Ram Madhav, first of all, you did say, and the question that Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi put to you was in the context of using the word Hindu culturally to include everyone, including members of the minority community.
Yes.
He made that observation. You didn't disagree with him.
No,
you didn't disagree with him. You didn't disagree with him.
Arnab,
Mr. Owaisi.
Madam, I am quoting from your pamphlet. It says, by way of his creed or mode of worship is a Hindu. How can my worship be And please understand, Mr. Ram Madhav.
No, you are misquoting our document.
Mr. Ram Madhav, I don't misquote.
You are misquoting.
Mr. Ram Madhav, if I am misquoting, please file a defamation suit against me.
No.
I welcome. Please file it. No, Mr. Ram Madhav, I am open to it. File a criminal defamation.
You have been misquoting.
No, Mr. Ram Madhav.
No. Like to have that as part of your poll strategy for 2000.
I just want to. No. You see, gentlemen, 1 second. What the political party I'm asking questions to, which has deflected itself from an answer, Ms. Smriti. I have not even mentioned you. It is your. You're feeling guilty about doing so, Ms. Smriti. Ms. Irani.
Don't worry, you cannot superimpose certain emotions.
Ms. Irani, the question is this. Please. The question, because you're coming in with a fact check, I'll allow you a fact check, but I have a question. I request you answer the question. Mr. Owaisi quotes something which he says has been written by RSS ideologue or is part of the RSS?
No.
1 minute, let him speak for himself.
Why Hindu Rashtra? Why Hindu Rashtra? This is a note prepared by RSS. Why Hindu Rashtra?
Why Hindu Rashtra was written by Savarkar?
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
Savarkar had nothing to do with RSS.
Now, if that is,
What do you mean?
So you have disowned Savarkar.
Savarkar was not a member of RSS. He was a leader of Hindu Mahasabha.
Thanks a lot. Arnab, this is a new revelation.
You are so ignorant. Such an ignorant person.
The question, I think you see.
Golwalkar.
No, I am so surprised. But you are disowning him.
No, what is the question of disowning?
You are disowning him.
You can't quote Savarkar to say that this is the RSS view.
Since the RSS
written by Savarkar, this is written upon.
Who is that?
I'm telling you, file a criminal defamation against
No, we have better things to do.
Gentlemen, by the way, have we noticed that the Congress party hasn't even put its introductory comments? I haven't forgotten, Mr. Surjewala, but I just want to say one thing. Since it is the BJP and the Congress fighting the election and the AIMIM and not the RSS, RSS is not fighting the election.
Cannot fight elections.
Well, and the BJP is, I request, now my question is very clear and pointed, and if you deflect the question, not just our audience here, but the entire, those watching this telecast will observe that. So my question to you, Ms. Irani, is this, that if Mr. Owaisi has quoted that text correctly, do you disagree with it?
Since your question is based on the supposition that he is quoting correctly, I would just say this, that the representative of the RSS has clarified that he is misquoting a certain document.
You believe the representative of the RSS?
I'm going by the statements made here, but let me allow me the fact check that I was trying to do, Mr. Goswami, before this entire cacophony that I heard here.
I'm coming to